Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to the Trinity Stamps YouTube channel. Today I am making a very fun card that lights up with a candlelight from Pear Press. So this is the half pint jar die set. This is the main set that I'm using. There is a coordinating stamp set that goes with this, but this you can make a jar full of fireflies. You can make a candle inside your jar, and there's different lids and a bow and a flame. It's a great set. So here's that jar stamped with the coordinating stamp set and die cut out as a frame, but there's also a die that cuts out the solid jar, which is what I use for my window sheet. I also used it for the candle portion and just cut the top off, and I'll add the ellipse. And then there's my bow, my wick, and my flame, and I'm going to incorporate this candlelight from Pear Press. So let's get started on bringing all the things to life. First of all, I will add a little bit of shading to the jar itself, helping it stand out on the card, and so I'm just using a little BG 1.0 Olo marker, shading my jar up just a little bit, and that helps it kind of stand out from the white die cut around it and give it a little bit of character. Now, to give my candle a little bit of character, I have some Distress Oxide gathered twigs and my blending buddy brush and my clingy Craftmate, which is helping hold everything down. And I'll just add a little bit of dusting of color. But then I'm also going to pick up that ink from my mat and use that to splatter my candle. I just wanted to help give it a little bit of texture, a little bit of interest, and to do even more of that, I'm bringing in ground espresso because nothing is going to make my candle complete than a little ground espresso, and that's because I decided my candle should be a coffee scented candle. I have one in my house that's Kona coffee. It smells so good. So that was my inspiration. I'm using the terrific Terrazzo stencil. I absolutely love this for a background. I'm going to bring in Tropical Tango Stellar ink as my darkest teal color. So my kind of coffee shop vibe colors for my candle are the colors you see here on the left. And this ink that I'm using now and the High Tide are really great together. So if you have to end up doing like two-step stamping or something, these two colors are so good together. So I thought they looked great stenciled on my paper. So now we're going to see what this first layer of the stencil looks like. I don't know if you've seen terrazzo flooring. It is so cool with different flecks in it, and that's what this stencil set mimics. There's 3 stencils in the set, so you can layer things up and really get that cool terrazzo vibe. So when I pull this off here, you'll see the lighter shade and the darker shade, but there isn't a big difference between the two. I am going to go back and darken up that darker shade once I get through with the complete stenciling process. Okay, so now I'm going in with my really light brown, kind of tan, crafty color for my third layer, but I have 4 colors I want to use. So once I'm done with this one, I'm going to take the exact same stencil, rotate it, scoot it over, and just try to scoot it in where it's not overlapping too much of what I already have going on. And to kind of make it easier for me to pick where I want the ink to go, I'm using a shading sidekick brush. So if there's any spots that really completely overlap another piece, I can just avoid stenciling that area. So now I've got a little bit of that dark brown in there, and I'm loving how this background turned out. I am going to shade the edge of this with that same shading sidekick brush and try to just use any residual ink I can on the brush, but I wanted to give it a little darker edge because once my candle lights up, I want it to appear as if it's lighting up a certain area of my card. So here I am darkening that first layer back with the Tropical Tango ink, and it really makes a difference now, the difference between the light area and the dark area. I found a cardstock in my stash that matches my paper pretty well, that kind of dark jade green, and I'm going to use that at the bottom of my card. That's where my candle's going to sit. So I just laid that there as a visual reference so I can ink up the bottom of my card a little bit. And I wanted to show you this trick I learned from Hero Arts, to lay your stencil on a cloth and then use their scrubber to scrub it off. It works so good. It's my new favorite way to clean my stencils. So I wanted to share that with you real quick. All right, so I added that strip across the bottom. That's where my candle's gonna sit. I really like to have things grounded on my cards instead of just floating in the air. That's what makes me happy, but do what makes you happy. So now I'm gonna put the candle together. You can see the ellipse doesn't go all the way to the edge, but that's because this candle piece is meant to go behind the jar. So now I'm gonna take the jar and the candle piece and just kind of lay it out on my card because it's going to help me decide where I need to put the flame of the candle. And that's important because I need to cut a hole in this card so that the candle light will shine through the hole. So I drew a little mark there where I want to die cut the opening for my flame. So there's two different flames in here. One creates a frame and one creates a solid piece. So I die cut that out. That's where the flame will go. So that's my opening I need. This little piece here is not only for my wick, it's also the part that creates the bow that goes around the top of the jar. So I love I can double duty this little piece. So I just snipped off what I thought I would use for my card, and I can trim it down as I need to so it fits right up against that flame. So I just use my pieces to kind of figure out where everything's going to go. Is it centered? Is it up high enough? And it's really nice to be able to do that before committing and gluing everything down. So we've got our candle going. I die cut the flame that I want on the front of my card with some vellum. That's the ring piece. And I'm using a few different yellow and orange alcohol markers to color up this little flame piece. And this really, having a little bit of a translucent vibe really gives it the look of a flame on the card. So I'll glue that around the opening for my candlelight. And then there's a solid piece that I was telling you about. That piece I also cut from vellum, and it's going to go behind the actual opening. I'll show you that in a minute. But now we're ready to put the actual candle together. I liked having this piece right here that is a window sheet because that makes it look like an actual glass candle, but you could skip this part if you don't want that. And then my actual candle itself will go behind that. I think this set is so much fun because you can use it with the lights from Pear Blossom Press, but you could also just make a candle, and I think that's really fun and different from things that I already have in my stash. Okay, now I'm adding the bow. I wanted a little visual interest for the top of this. There are two different lids, like I said. One's a metal lid and one's like a fabric cover for the top, but if you have a candle, it's really just going to be open. So a little bow I thought would be really fun. All right, this is the candlelight from Pear Blossom Press. Now this is magical because it actually does blow out. I'll show you. So first we want to add the battery. Plus symbol on the battery matches up with the plus symbol on the battery pack. And then there's a light there and a mic. Now the mic right below the light is going to hear your breath. When you go, that sound blows across the mic and makes the actual light turn off. So people can blow out the candle. It's so amazing. I think it's the coolest thing. So I poked a hole in the window sheet that is like the jar of my card. And I also poked a hole in the vellum that's going to go behind there. We want to diffuse the light. These lights can be pretty bright. And so having that little candle on the back that helps, that little vellum piece helps give it the look of a real flame, but it also diffuses the light is really helpful and important for light up cards. You don't want to blind somebody. So I made sure that hole was nice and big, but what I didn't do beforehand was make sure that I had enough room for the candlelight. And either way I put that flame in, the light in the flame, it's too big for my card. The actual button of that light mechanism sticks out beyond the borders of my card. So I had to shift gears here. I'm making a 5x7 card and altering this just a little bit, putting those brown panels at the top and the bottom of my panel. And I'm using the panel that will be my card front as a guide for that. So that teal panel is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and this whole thing will go on an A7 card. So once I had those in place, it was time to include the press here and blow out your candle. Yes, really, from the Hey Cupcake stamp set from Trinity Stamps. There's also like a little divot you could stamp for where your candle's sitting, and I wish I would have kind of thought of that before. I didn't think I would have quite enough room for it, so I didn't stamp it on there. Okay, for the press here, I'm going to emboss that at the top of my card. I decided to have the button at the top, and then the words blow out your candle, yes really, is going to go at the bottom. So it just kind of makes sense to press here first and then blow out the candle. So that's why my press here is at the top and not the bottom. Just made sense for this particular card. So we're embossing that with white powder so it really stands out on that black. I think it looks so good. It really plays in with the vibe of my card. So I'm just dusting off any excess of that powder there that reduces the amount of powder that sticks to your card. Having a powder tool like that is really helpful. All right, so I'm making sure the light is where it needs to be. The button is lining up with the press here. I can blow it out. Everything's working. And then I'm going to use my 3M tape here, like post-it note tape, to hold my candle in place. I usually use a little bit stronger tape, but I wanted to use this so I could move it around if I needed to. I wasn't sure everything was in the right spot, but it ended up working, and I just left the post-it note tape there because I covered up the ends with my foam adhesive. You want double thick foam adhesive so the thickness of your foam is the same height as that battery pack. So if you have thinner foam tape, you want to double it up. All right, I press that down onto the panel, and now I'm going to make sure everything's working. Press here, blow it out. It's great. Now I have the Take Out coffee cup shaped card die set. I love this die set. It makes such cute shaped cards. It also has sentiments in it. So I picked the Thanks a Latte to go on my card. That helps people know it's a coffee scented candle, right? Also, they have coffee beans in this set, a large one and a small one. So I'm going to use that to accentuate my candle, and that's going to really play into the theme of my card. So we got Thanks a Latte on there, which I die cut from brown cardstock that had adhesive on the back so I could turn them into little stickers. Here's those coffee bean dies I was telling you about. There's 2 layers. The bottom layer is kind of like an oval, and I used my 07.8, a very dark brown color, to color just the center. That's where the bean is going to kind of show the split. And I like to have that a little bit darker. So I colored that up, and then once you add these top pieces, it just looks so realistic. I love this. So I'm going to add a few of these to my card. Everybody's going to know now, right? It's a coffee scented candle. And this is going to play into what I put on the inside of this card as well, the coffee theme. So add 3 of those, and then I made one of the smaller beans and added that to the bow. And that pretty much finishes up the front panel of my card. Isn't that fun? I absolutely love the candlelight that blows out. I think it's so magical, and people are just in awe whenever they see this in a card. So we'll add that. I have a white border all the way around. That's how I like to do my cards. And now I'm adding a little bit darker color to my jar. I just needed it to stand out from that background a little bit. And I have one other little trick I'm going to do to bring this jar to life, and that's add a white highlight to that window sheet. This is a Sharpie paint marker, and you can see there it just adds that white highlight and really gives it a realistic vibe. Okay, we have another coffee shaped die set here. This is Coffee on the Go. This one is not a shape card, it is just the shape of a coffee cup, so you could put this on anything. So I'm dusting up the edge of this white cup with Lost Shadow ink because I don't want it to get lost on the inside of my card. I'm adding a sleeve to that, and then the lid I cut from some glossy black cardstock. Isn't that cool? There's 2 layers here, and this really brings that lid to life, doesn't it? The dimension of it. All right, I've added some rip and stick tape around the edges of this, and I'm going to stick this down with a gift card in it. And sticking it down with the gift card in it just helps it hold its shape to fit that gift card. I don't have to try and shimmy it into something that's been glued down to the flat surface of my card. I added a little rip and stick tape at the top because that's where I'm going to add the lid. The lid will act as the thing that pulls the gift card out of the pocket, just like that. Isn't that fun? All we need now is more words. So back to that takeout cup, which, by the way, you can mix and match all the things from the to-go cup, which is what I put here on the inside, and the takeout cup, which is the one that creates a shaped card. And I love that, to have coordinating pieces that work together. All right, so I'm taking a sentiment from there and adding a little perk up for you because you got the gift card. So I thought that was really fun to have the coffee theme on the outside with the candle and the coffee thing on the inside with the gift card. So there's my 5x7 card. Plenty of room to write in. It lights up, it blows out, is just so much fun. So if you haven't seen this half pint jar before, it's really fun. There's also fireflies in that die set, so you can light up the fireflies. I love to use the twinkle lights with that. So it's a great set, and there's so many more things you could put in it. Turn it into a shaker card. So I'll be doing that soon. I know it. All right, thank you so much for stopping by the Trinity Stamps YouTube channel. I will see you guys again with more creative ideas. So if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. We have an amazing design team, and we're also on Instagram, so come find us there, and on Facebook. I'll see you again soon with a new video. Happy stamping. Bye.